because ours is full, so I can't empty out my phone yet. So yeah, about one today. Keep forgetting to do that. I have so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do all the time. Always. So hard to find time like this to chill, just relax, and just be in the moment. Not worry about anything in particular. It's just hard. It's very hard. It's hard enough when you're just a parent to do that, and then when you have a few businesses and a nonprofit you're trying to get going, all at once, and being forced to decide between those when you don't want to be forced to, and if you do are forced, you want to pick, the one that's the least profitable immediately, anyways, profitable. And yeah, it's frustrating. Anyways, I haven't even. Apparently, Awas is no longer being represented by TRLA because the lawyers are closing our case file. They're declaring victory because how they were suing them or threatening to sue them with the Safe Water Drinking Act, the city already came up to code with it and is been up to code with it. So there haven't been any more boil water notices, and that's because of us, because we were basically forcing the city to do their damn job the way they're supposed to. And they started to. They weren't completely transparent though, and that's one of the things that I was kind of upset about, was that we weren't being fully honest, not just with them, or they weren't with us anyways, but us with the city. Like, we weren't telling the public anything about what was happening, and the fact that the person that was fucking behind this whole thing getting the way it was, the former water district supervisor, Riazul Mia, he was at the fucking negotiating table and we weren't. That part is the part that pisses me off the most. Is he shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't have been allowed to be there. But anyways, the water is the way it should be now, so at least, even though the person that did the horrible results is still there, calling the shots here and there on things, at least they're doing it with a bit more. Well, I hope at least they're doing it with a bit more care and concern for how their actions are going to affect the citizens. Because he's the assistant city manager now, I believe. The assistant city manager. He has a higher up fucking role from the water district supervisor. So it's like they're giving job raises and fucking promotions to people that shouldn't be even at working for the city anymore, based off of their their previous work ethic and their work results. I mean, it was under his reign at the water district that we had all these boil water notices, and he's been there for years. So, he's had all this time to do something about it, and he didn't care to. And he obviously didn't care to, because he had that mentality of, you know, just ignorance is bliss, and as long as the people don't know what's going on, it won't hurt him. That's his stupid ass mentality, because that's what he wanted to do with the boil water notices. He didn't even want to give him out to the public because he didn't want to be causing an unnecessary panic by telling them that they should boil their water because there's dangerous contaminants in there that are lurking about. Ammonia and fucking coliform, basically remnants of your shit and piss. That's basically what's floating about in there, the little remnants of that, people shit and piss. And he didn't want to tell people of Laredo that they were going to possibly be drinking that because he said that it would cause an unnecessary panic. And because of that, he thought it would be better to pay a fine. He literally said that. It would be better to pay a fine than tell people that they might drink their shit and piss if they don't boil their water. Or other shit and piss, I should say, because the chances of you drinking your own shit and piss is very, very low. It's likely it's somebody else's. So, yeah, at least I don't have to worry about that anymore because they're putting the right amount of disinfectants and checking it more the way they should have, the way they're supposed to. But they need to still be kept in check. They need to still be monitored and made sure that they're doing their job right because once the public eyes off of them, they're gonna start slacking again and not caring about it, and it's gonna go to the back burner again, and nothing's gonna get done about it until people like us speak up, say shit, and get the ball rolling. And it shouldn't have to be that way, It shouldn't have to be for regular, everyday people standing up and speaking out, getting mad and going and telling them to do their jobs. Like, that's not what it should take. They should already be doing it. There should already be people in those positions that give a fuck enough to do it. Like, that's why they're there. That's why they should be there. If they're not there for that, then they should be out. And there's no reason why anybody should be vouching for somebody that doesn't take their job seriously and doesn't fucking care to or try to at all. Like, unless you're a criminal, you're corrupt in some way with that person, and in that case, fuck you, and you need to get the fuck out and move the fuck on. Cause I'm coming for all of you motherfuckers. All of you. All of you corrupt fucks in positions of power all over the world are gonna be fucking removed. Whether you like it or not. It's gonna fucking happen. And if you're not removed, you're gonna be forced to do your fucking job right and stop acting like a fucking criminal, corrupt cunt. And like the way the rest of the world, should act right, the way the civilian population is supposed to act. That's how everyone in that fucking world, the administrative world, should be acting. Civilized, following the law, being fucking a good Samaritan in your positions of power. You fucks. I can understand why they wouldn't want me at the negotiating table. I could understand why they wouldn't want to risk, an outburst that could damage negotiating terms. But, I mean, like, at least make a bigger fight to have the people that are responsible for it all removed from the negotiating space. Like, there's no reason why that couldn't have been done as well. To send a message, But whatever. I voiced that opinion during the meetings and stuff that I didn't think it was fair that he was there and that he should be removed, but nobody really seconded my opinion or, said anything about it. So I don't know. I think people are scared to speak up. That's why, like, maybe they know something I don't, but I really don't care. I wish they would tell me if they knew something I didn't. I would be more willing to take the role of speaker in that case because I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid of any person in particular or retaliation. The only thing I'm afraid of is my family, like, getting involved at all. Like, that's, or having them be in fear of anything. Like, that's the only thing that scares me. But I'm not, anybody like comes to try and threaten me or whatever they say they're a part of or whoever the fuck they know, like, I don't give a fuck. If you're doing bad already like that, like to the world, to the public, to the degree that you're corrupting the good parts of it, the parts that are supposed to be, well-rounded and honest and established in a in a way that's supposed to hold the integrity of not just yourself but the public at hand, and you're out there, just being a fucking hypocritical criminal, like, you don't deserve to fucking have that role. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, go be the boss of your fucking little cartel or whatever the fuck you want to do. But get the fuck out of the government office. Like, that's not your fucking space and you don't belong there. Like, that's how I fucking feel about it. And that's how I'm gonna go at it. And if anybody comes at me or tries to, like, well, they'll see what happens. They'll see. Because I am not just a regular person. I'm not just some random individual in the world. I appear that way, but I'm not. So yeah, I gotta go close that file. I haven't done that yet. Been kind of like annoyed by the whole thing because I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of selfishness in me that's upset that I did all that. I'm a part of stuff like that actually helps to get like shit done, like in the way that it can be done, and I get like no credit for it at all, like none, because I mean we were quiet about what we were doing because that's how the city wanted it, and so even though the newspapers were asking how it was going and they wanted to know, like, we never gave them a. Other lawyers kept saying, don't give an update, don't give a statement because we don't know yet, and da da da. And it's like, oh fuck, man, that sucks, Yeah, but that's how people lose interest, and if you're not updating them, so people lost interest, and which is fine because we still won that case how we were fighting it in the end, but I still don't feel like it's a win, like, just because he's still there, and I know shit's gonna go back, to similar ways the way it was before if they're not, monitored and made sure to be, overlooked by some outside entity. So, and they kind of want me to do that still too. They want to actually ask the mayor. Well, he did already. One of the other members, Carlos, asked if I could be like the head of another division within the city of Awas. Like, it would be Awas, but like basically an independent entity that overlooks the water division. So basically, what I'm talking about. So I would be the one in charge of that, I guess, or maybe I could find someone else to do it that would be willing to, because it's just so much like work, like that takes all kinds of work too, like doing stuff and preparing for stuff like that and researching and talking to people about it, like takes work and energy and time, and then I have to have my business also, like obviously, like we're making money there. We have to work today, actually, right now in a little bit we gotta go to work. And my baby, she obviously needs attention and to be taken care of as well. So it's just a lot. And then we still have stuff with the woodworking too. We're doing the restoration right now. That guy's getting frustrated already because we're taking long. And we take long because Marco at times doesn't know like where to go next. Like he needs my help in deciding like how to fix something in particular because he's not sure. And so I have to go look at it, analyze it and stuff, and that takes time and energy too. Like, oh, what is this? And what do we use here? What's the best way? What's the most, you know, the cheapest way to do this? So it's not that much, the most affordable, whatever. It's just, uh. And Indiana's trying to get us to learn the sandblasting already. Like we already have the sandblaster here, but we actually short circuited in here, so we gotta get another connection, which I'm glad about that we don't have it yet because I'm so tired, like having to do everything all at once. It's like, oh my goodness. And then of course the personal problems don't make it any easier. Uh. Anyways, I really need to go to the restroom now.